this is the thing, though. When you don't, so we're talking about a certain topic, right? And this just so happened to happen to this guy. It's no different from we talk about. I mean, it's a lot of people you may dislike in something that happens, and you like, oh, look what happened to this person. It's just what it is. It's a scenario that we're talking about. The scenario, not necessarily the man himself.
Yeah,
We're
he
saying
not the
that
person
we're
they
not
want to be the
dogging
last.
him. We're just saying it was kind of a stupid. You know what I'm saying? If anybody was in this situation, this is a dumb. Like you shouldn't move this way. Period. It just so happened he's the poster child to it today.
Yeah.
And so I think if anything is something to learn. First of all, I don't have anything against fresh or fit, and I thought it was the other one. I thought he was fit, and the other one was fresh. I was confused, but
Fresh Def is not
how
fit.
they came up with the names, but but I think that it's something to be learned because now we have a real life situation, and if you're preaching to these guys to move a certain way, now there's a consequence that you have to face. And maybe, like somebody said, maybe it's something that people can learn from this. Like you can't dibble and dab.
No, if you haven't learned, if I don't know how old he is, but if he hasn't learned that lesson by the time he made it to the age that he is, then dude is even more of a buffoon than what we assume.
Well, this is my thing is the fact that from the little, because I don't really listen to them either. I've heard bits and pieces, I've seen clips and stuff.
Right.
Based on the content that I've seen that they create, I don't want to say he deserve it because that's not cool. But
I would almost say
you're
he earned
supposed to
that.
be the guru of
Maybe
mistreating women, right? Like like how what Hank
No, that nigga is definitely no guru.
like leave them at the restaurant or whatever. Like
Well,
him, Fresh and Fit are the gurus of preaching the mistreatment of women, have them doing whatever you want to do, and then you, out of all people, end up in that situation. Is hard to feel sorry for somebody. In that,
so. And then too, real fast. I promise, real fast. And another thing to think about. Go ahead, Marcus. Because I don't want you to miss your point. Because I can always bring mine back. Go ahead.
All right. So what I was gonna say was mistaken. I get your point, but the people who actually live that Playboy life or whatever, who is having a whole lot of women, it's an energy that you vibrate at, and most does that are from that cloth could be like they don't really operate in that same era. So it's a lot of stuff he's not gonna understand that you acquire amongst the time of messing with women. One of the things is if you get somebody pregnant that you don't want to have a baby with, the worst thing you can do is curse them out and try and tell them how you don't want the kid and all that. He'd be better off making her feel loved.
Yeah.
And then telling her for them to stay together that they can't have a kid.
Well, I don't think that he was mean to her. Look at it this way. Do y'all think that maybe, just maybe, maybe he was feeling her and she just got pregnant too early and it's like, that was a turn off. Like, what? Huh? I'm not ready for that,
I think
dude, like, I got prenatal vitamins and they gave her as a plan B.
I think dude, just from what I have seen, the little bit of him speaking that I have seen, I think dude damn near really got no play. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, he was a lame. He got treated. Females was treating him whatever type of way. He got on this platform. It started blowing up. He started having all these chicks come on there, that look a certain type of way. They putting out, and they was low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? There was easy takedowns. So now, as he continued to see more of them, and it started to engage with them, he did the dummy and was cracking them raw and slipped up on this one. Especially if he taking them to meet his mama and shit like that. That's players don't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna meet my mama, then you official. I'm gonna keep you around. But if you just bring in any old body to see your mama, nigga, you a lame, bro. You don't have no game. You a super lame. So yeah. I would say he deserved exactly what he got because the nigga lame.
Well, I'll say this. I think I look at people differently, especially I look at Fresh a little differently. So I think that he probably I think I know he gets a lot of women before he had money and now that he has money.
I don't know about before.
Problem is that he's kind of a sometimes he kind of parades himself as a sucker. And what I mean by that is he gives women the wrong kind of attention because he learned very early that if you just listen to women and tell women what you want, they will give you themselves more times than not. And that is one thing Fresh is he stutter, he do all the things. But for some reason, a lot of his issues that we can clearly see he has goes away when he is in pursuit of a woman. He know how to talk clear, clean. He know how to say everything to get you laughing and giggling. Listen, he is the king of networking for a reason. That don't mean that he don't do stupid stuff all the time. That also don't mean that he actually know what he's doing as far as a woman that he should commit to and anything like that. I agree that he deserves the results of his actions. He went raw on this woman, and I always say this: if you willing to have sex with a person, a child could be for you. I don't care how you feel it. I don't care if you think she's on birth control, you use a condom. If you decide that you want to engage in sex with a person, then you must realize that a child is possibly on the table.
Every time.
That is a baseline, right? You
Every
might
time.
get lucky, you might can pull out, you might use a condom, you might use birth control. The reality is none of that is foolproof if you decide to have sex. That's the reality, right? And he deserves the repercussion of his actions. But I don't think he deserves to be in this situation because of how he carries himself on the show or nothing like that. I think that in all actuality, we give people too much credit. We give them too much praise. We watch them. We hang on every word that they say. Listen, he a human being. He got clothes. He got bills. He got all that stuff just like we got, right? And I think that the issue that I have just in general, most people, is that you put these people on these platforms or you put them on these pedestals and make them better than what they actually are. When in all actuality, he's just a person just like you. Listen, I ain't got no skin in the game when it comes to what happens to these dudes' lives, right? I can respect them for certain things, say that you dumb for other things, and also realize y'all life don't mean nothing to me. Like I might like y'all in some level or some thought, but in reality, y'all don't care nothing about me. I don't care nothing about y'all. And I don't care so much about y'all that I'm willing to hang on everything that y'all talking about and be like, call a spade. Bro, this was dumb. You got you and your boy looking dumb as hell in the entire internet, right? And you got other men that follow you. Now they look dumb for defending your dumb ass.
No, they
You know
stupid
what I'm
if they
saying?
defend them.
It's like, bro, like the reality is like, listen, nobody is absolved of having issues, right? But when you're in a public, you got money, you're messing with women, and you don't think you about to get snagged. Listen, it's gonna come for you, and when it come for you, it hit hard, and
And the
it's
thing
unfortunate.
is, if you're having the conversation now, again, I'm assuming because, like I said, I don't watch them, but just based on like other situations of when you're looking at the constant that happens with like celebrities, with NBA players, with all of these people who are in the entertainment business, how they keep with getting women pregnant who they didn't want to have kids by, right? So you kind of see this thing that happens often enough. So for him, the reason the is like it is what it is. Like there's not a level of, I guess, on my end, empathy, and maybe I should have. Maybe I haven't matured in that area in terms of
No, you shouldn't.
is the fact that if you're professing to be a teacher and trying to teach other men how to move and play women and you get played, I like you know, so and I'm assuming that probably some of his conversations, again, is an assumption, but based on content, I'm assuming that there's probably some content where he's calling other dudes probably lame and stupid.
Yeah, because he's talking about the basketball player that got Brittany runner pregnant,
okay, there
and he's
you
talking about
go.
the Drea situation.
Right,
He's talking
getting
about
somebody
people
else
who's in the
pregnant.
same situation that he's in now.
And now he finds himself in the same situation. And if he knew, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, if he knew that he did not want children, that was on him to make sure that didn't happen.
Mhm.
But I agree with HD in saying that even condoms aren't 100%, but we definitely know no condoms. it increases the likelihood about 100%. You know what I'm saying? So at the very least, he even if he wasn't sure about love and all of that kind of stuff, we want to give him the benefit of the doubt because of his age, and he may have been lame and never experienced. And
How old is he?
We could give him all of that grace, but the one thing that we cannot give him is the fact that he had access to condoms and he didn't use it.
And this is to all the men out there. Because if they've been having sex for an entire month, so this is how the female cycle works, okay?
Yeah, he probably was cracking the raw day one too.
Right. So she has a full cycle in a month. So if he's having sex with her on a consistent basis for a month, in that time frame, he gonna hit that ovulation because she's gonna ovulate during that month.
Second week,
So
second, third week.
Absolutely. It's not like a hit or miss, like some people hit or miss, like maybe he had sex with her 1 week and then skipped a week. And then at some point, if you're consistently having sex with a woman and you don't know if she's on birth control and she's not on birth control, you're going to be in that vicinity of ovulation. And ovulation, when you have sex, it doesn't even have to be on the day of ovulation. It can be a day before ovulation and the sperm just chilling around, like waiting for an egg. And then the eggs show up and if she planned, if she was planning, if she was intentional, she was probably tracking her ovulation. Made sure he smashed within that window.
And you know, she hit her with the leg lock too.
Sperm lasts about 3 days in a woman, so she making sure she got some fresh and fit sperm.
Hey, you know, as soon as he was finna blast off, she hit him with the leg lock. Like,
this is allegedly, we don't know this for a fact.
That's why I said if she planned it.